As you guys have all been waiting for, NCAA 25 has finally released on the day of this recording. I'll be adding details later on to this video as the week progresses to give you guys my complete thoughts on the game. Stay towards the end of the video to get my perspective on the game and if you should purchase it or not. Disclaimer: in this video, I will only be reviewing game modes that I personally have played, which are Road to College Football Playoffs, Road to Glory, and Dynasty. I haven't touched Ultimate Team honestly because I don't really enjoy it. If you had very high expectations coming into this game, I feel like you'll be somewhat satisfied. I'd say if you're looking for a more arcadey type simulation football game, NCAA 25 is the game for you. Even though it's not as good as the older NCAA games, I feel like it's better than Madden in my opinion. Before we get into today's video, just a disclaimer, I will be noting good and bad things about the game. This is an opinion-based video, so instead of leaving hate, just leave your personal thoughts on the game. That is much more appreciated. Now that that's out the way, let's start with the first topic. The first topic is gameplay. I personally really enjoyed the new mechanics. To get this out of the way, EA introduced a new kicking system to the game, which is a little different, but I personally don't know if I enjoy it more or less. To kick, you have to try to get your bar the closest to green for accuracy, and then hold down A on Xbox or X on PlayStation for the amount of power you want to use on your kick. The newest feature is the crowd noise in the game, which is similar to momentum from Madden, but a little bit better in my opinion. The difference for this though is certain teams have stronger crowd effects than other schools. When you are playing as a team that has a very strong crowd, they will shout louder regardless if your team is up or down. It also changes when a comeback is happening, which brings more realism. I personally enjoy this factor because it gives you an environmental feel of being in a college football stadium. NCAA 25 has a lot better joystick movements than recent Maddens. Using only left stick, you feel more fluid movements. This is less realistic than Madden though, of course, which some people may enjoy, but it's more of what the older college football games were. Spin move in this game is completely cheesy, I'm going to be honest. It's fun when you're using it, but when you're on the other side of it, it's very frustrating. The tackling in this game is low-key mediocre. It's so easy for someone to animation out of a tackle, and the diving system on defense has gotten a lot harder to execute. The passing is a little bit more advanced with the new revamped passing. This is an upgrade from the constant interceptions we see in Madden. In Madden, almost every lob is an interception, unless there's a good distance between the receiver and the DB. Passing this game is more fun. I would drop a clip that I could find. A huge downside in the gameplay mechanics that I noticed was the blocking. This has been an issue in recent Maddens as well, and we still see it in NCAA 25. Even with the best O-line in the game like Alabama with 4-star linemen, there's still plenty of times where someone goes completely unblocked and is easily able to sack or pressure your quarterback. This is not a realistic simulation of football. The second topic I wanted to touch on was presentation. The main menu of the game is pretty simple, nothing crazy in my opinion. It does have a nice touch of showing pictures of your favorite team in the background. When picking teams before getting into a game, it's similar to Madden's. It's a little bit slicker and tells you the team's offense and defensive ratings, as well as the full team overall, which is a nice little detail that I appreciated. Gives casual players a general idea what type of team they are using before they actually get into a match, if they like defense or offense better. NCAA 25, in my opinion, gives a great representation of the college atmosphere. When you first load into any match, the home team's crowd is already roaring. NCAA 25 brings a new scoreboard, which I think is a big improvement from the recent Madden scoreboards. Every time you are picking a play, it shows a replay of their previous play while showing time of possession, first downs by each team, and other team stats depending on the time period of the game. The accessories and equipment is very appealing to me in the game, I won't lie. The iconic half jersey we've seen in college football from players such as Ezekiel Elliott and more is in the game. The knee pads above the knees, which is a really nice thing that college players wear. These are simple things that people may say are bare minimum, but I think is a great addition. The hairstyles in the game though are pretty bad. The dreads is terrible in the game, I won't lie. Just like most video games. I don't know if companies are able to give it more detail, but in the game close up it looks terrible. Other hairstyles such as afros, fros, curly hair, and braids do look good in the game though. The third and last topic I wanted to speak on was the game modes. There's a good amount of game modes in the game, but I'm specifically focusing on Road to Glory and Dynasty. The iconic Road to Glory mode, which most people have been waiting to play, honestly, it isn't disappointing at all. Road to Glory is what you really expect, honestly. You have 4 options to choose from when creating a player: Elite, Blue Chip, Contributor, and Underdog. Elite means you are highly recruited coming out of high school and you get a lot more college interest and choices. Underdog is the complete opposite, obviously. Less sought after recruit. Getting to a good team is a harder struggle because you may be third string, bench, or even worse, you have to walk on, which can make your journey a lot harder. I wouldn't recommend playing this mode because it's a complete grind to get to the top. I already talked about the appearance features in the game, so I'll skip over that. I like the system of practicing to earn points, which can then be used to put attributes into your character, such as education, training, or leadership. Each of these things give you a reason to keep on playing, especially if you're starting from being an underdog. Training too much can cause your player to be at a higher risk of injury. You have to keep your character's GPA above a 2.0 to even be able to play in matches. Makes each ability also worth upgrading because you have to balance it out. When being at a grade school and not being a high enough overall, being on a bench for multiple games or even seasons is a big test. I personally don't play Dynasty because I don't find being a coach very entertaining to me. But I would say that if you enjoy like running a team, this mode is very good. It has good depth. Building up a decent or bad team into a big market team is pretty satisfying. In Dynasty, you can choose what type of coach you want to have, and certain type of coaches fit with certain type of teams. You can give your coach attributes and personality styles when creating, which gives you more customization. And although I say this game would be a good purchase, it's refreshing since playing other Madden games in recent years have been a cycle of repeat, in my opinion. I'm not saying that this game is completely different, but it's different enough to where you feel a new experience when playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Ncaa out. Peace.